right, and with that, I'm going to hand it off to Judy Banker. Enjoy the show.
Look at you guys. This is the best. We're all filled up. How about a round of applause just for that? This is the best. And I want to make sure, can we see Dick from here? Yeah, there he is. Okay, there he is. Okay. Chris and I are your MCs for the evening, and so apologies in advance for that.
For me, yeah.
But we have a little bit of a last-minute surprise. We have somebody we want to invite to come out to just say a couple words. We have Rob Martens and Will Spencer, who recorded Snap for Dick, which I understand was the best-selling first album in the world.
You guys know how to work microphones.
What? Thank you. And I have to tell you that I keep wanting to learn Downsized Blues. I think it's the best song that I've heard. And there was one line in it, and I don't think anybody's doing it tonight. I'm pretty sure. No, nobody's doing it. But
there's no way to tell so far.
and so it's going along, to downsize my Cadillac, they do, and it's nothing but a shoebox with chrome underwear. It's a great song. And I have to tell you that Rob and I started and ran Solid Sound out on Dixboro Road in Rob's backyard. And I think that we were lucky enough to have Rob drove to Woodstock and and bought a 16-track Ampex 2-inch tape recorder and from Todd Rundgren, and brought it back to Ann Arbor, and I think that was the first thing we recorded on it was Snap. But I have to tell you that Rob also has a long history with Dick, in that they met at Interlaken National Music Camp in probably 1963, because when they were both in 9th grade.
That's true. Check, 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 check. Oh, we are on. Thank you.
Tell them about 9th grade, cabin 2 and cabin 3. And then we'll go on.
Well, I do feel a bit superior because I've known Dick Siegel probably longer than any of y'all. So, wait a minute. In which case, you know what I'm going to let go of here. There's this wonderful arts-oriented summer camp 13 miles south of Traverse City, Michigan. Dick was a drama major, and when we wanted to upset him, we called it drama. And he was in cabin 2, and I was a lowly little viola player compared to Dick.
Yeah.
Dick was a drama major. He was a theater major, and he was by far the most popular male on the campus. And there's no BS on this. It really is. I mean, you guys obviously know him well enough to know that he's a really charismatic person. And when I finally met him at Michigan, when I was a Fiji and he was over in the Sammy's area somewhere down that way, and it was just wonderful. I didn't realize that he was a writer at the time. I knew he could act. He was in all of the musicals that summer, and maybe another summer that we ran into. But what I wanted you to know, I wasn't joking when I said that he was the most sought after male on the campus. Because I tried to be, but I was not any Dick Siegel.
I hate to interrupt, but I think Dick would like it
Oh,
if
I'm
we
sorry.
ended with that thought.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just
Rob
wanted you to know
Martens
that.
and Will Spencer.
Thank you.
Snap. Thank you, guys.
If you want to hear more, I'll talk to you.
Yeah, right. They'll be sticking around later. Where's Chris? Buhalis. It's over there. We're here.
I thought I was supposed to be the bad guy.
Anyway, we know we're all here to celebrate Dick. And Dick, would you just stand up for a second? I know it's dark, but yeah. Dick Siegel, everybody. All right. And Chris is going to introduce the first act.
All
We have
right.
a whole bunch.
We got a whole group of great musicians here. As you know, this town's full of them, and we got people that used to live here that have come from all over the country to come and do this show and show their support and love for Dick here. And so we're going to start it out right away. You all know who he is, but one time from this very stage, I heard our friend Bill Kirchen say that if you live in Ann Arbor, Michigan, you may be under the impression that there's someone like a guitar player as good as George Bedard in every town, and there is not. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. George Bedard.
Okay. Thanks, Chris. I don't know, these things aren't really set up, so whatever. Try to be brief here because I know there's a lot of people waiting to play. This is a song that I always thought was one of Dick's best songs, so evocative. And I'm going to try to do it justice here. We'll see. There's a couple of high notes. You might have to spot me, okay? There was something that I had to tell you, something that I left out to say. How you were a sight, how everything was right, and how you could carry me away. There was something I left out to mention. Someone was laughing in the way. How your heart was warm, the sweetness of the storm, and how you could carry me away. Phrases that were dead, other words unsaid, so much seemed left better where it lay. And now all I have of you is this I can't undo, and how you could carry me away. Surely it was violets that I sent you, sure as I remember it today. And how the flowers frowned, the petals on the ground, how I let you down, and how you could carry me away. The phrases that were dead, other words unsaid, so much it seemed left better where it lay. And now all I have of you is this I can't undo, how you could carry me away. Every time I try to love another, every time I let her slip away, 'cause it's just a thing I do to keep my mind off you and how you could carry me away. At Every time I tell my friends about you, every time and always what they say, and how I look so blue, how much I must love you, and how you could carry me away. Phrases that were dead, other words unsaid, so much seemed left better where it lay. And now all I've got of you is this I can't undo, and how you could carry me away.
George Bedard, everybody. Wow. I get the privilege of introducing Mr. Dave Roof, who, Dave Roof. Dave has played with Dick in various trios and combinations for 26 years. And Dave will introduce the rest of his band. Dave Roof.
Don't mind me, I'm also a stagehand. That's okay. So the very first time I was ever on this stage was December of 1999 for Dick's CD release show for A Little Pain Never Hurt. I think there might have been some people here tonight that were here then. It's been a long, wonderful trip of playing music with Dick, and I'm going to play my very favorite song from him tonight, which he wrote after going to Brazil and seeing all the wonderful hues of humanity that there were there. And the spirit of the tune to me is all about the beauty. Well, there's a line in the song of every heart is its own heart, but all the treasure is the same. And that's what this song feels like to me. And before I go, I want to introduce the band here. Emily Slamovitz on violin. Will Osler back on the drums. You all know Billy King on the guitar. And Charlie Reichel on the bass. And Charlie and I made a funny little discovery when we showed up tonight. Are you going to show the people your...
Yeah.
We got the goodie and the baddie over here in the theater tonight. So it's kind of
the yin and the yang.
Yeah, what would Brando do?
I was waiting for Chris to come up here and say, hey, anybody got any questions? And that was the perfect cue, but not tonight. So here's Skin. 1, 2, 3, 4. They say that long ago we all come crawling from the ocean. They say that even now we're mostly of the salty sea. Well, I believe it's true, don't you? And if it's true, I got a notion to celebrate the outer limits of you and me. They say that long ago all was space and timelessness. They say that up ahead more space and timelessness to come.
Well, I believe it's true, don't you? And if it's true, I wonder what the difference is in the language that we pray in, or the place we say that we come from. Skin without a skin, we just feel hurt all the time. Everything dragging behind us, pressed down by the sunlight and the air. Oh, thank God for skin, keeps our hearts warm, safe from the weather. Skin keeps us apart and so close together. The sky is blue and endless up to heaven. My feet are firmly upon the ground, and the ground, it is groundless like heaven. Our hands are handfuls of tiny little worlds spinning round. They say the goodness of God is more than we can ever measure. They say that Satan's only pleasure is with cruelty and pain. Well, I believe it's true, don't you, that every heart contains a treasure. And every heart's its own heart, but all the treasure is the same. Skin without a skin, we just feel hurt all the time. Everything dragging behind us, pressed down by the sunlight and the air. Oh, thank God for skin, keeps our hearts warm, safe from the weather. Skin keeps us apart and so close together. Our lovely skin.
Thank you.
Dave Ruth.
That's Dave Ruth, folks. Oh, man. All right. Our next performer came all the way up from Nashville to be with us tonight, and I'll let him tell you the story of how he knows Dick, but we're really glad to have him here, Mr. Jack Schneider.
Hey, everybody. It's an honor to be here. So I was a lonely kid, and I had just bought this guitar. This is my band, and I went to Interlochen, and it changed my life, as it did for a lot of people. And I met this man, Dick Siegel, there, and if it wasn't for him and for instilling in me the importance of creating that channel from where you can draw inspiration from, you know, I don't know that I would have gotten to live this life that I have. So I'm forever grateful, Dick. And There was one way in and one way out, seemed to be the same. So I chose them both and broke my heart, was a crying shame. Now I got a tractor and a woman close to me. Oh, it's a long way up, it's a long way up from Hollywood. There was one way good and one way bad, they seemed to be the same. So did them both, it felt so mean, it was a crying shame. But now my conversation is between my love and me. Oh, it's a long way up, it's a long way up from Hollywood. She was taught to be a wife, proud in motherhood. Her dream got broken, her house went cold, it was no good. And now she's got a farmer, a man that she can see. Oh, it's a long way up, it's a long way up from Hollywood. Well, the sky won't rain, the wind won't blow, and the sun beats bright for days. And all I want is the sky lets go, and it's a new face. And there's water in your pockets, it's a time to laugh and sing. Oh, it's a long way up, it's a long way up from Hollywood. There was one word yes and one word no, it seemed the same to me. So I said them both, just meant one was a tragedy. But now I have my reasons, it's a yes or no from me. Oh, it's a long way up, it's a long way up from Hollywood. The old man says it's a long way up, it's a long way to the ground. It's a long, long way when you're looking back and you're headed down. But I love Mother Nature, she'll watch over me. Oh, it's a long way up, it's a long way up from Hollywood. There was one way in and one way out, it seemed the same to me. So I chose them both and broke my heart, it was a tragedy. But now I've got a baby and a woman close to me. Oh, it's a long way up, it's a long way up from Hollywood. It's a long way up, it's a long way up, it's a long way up from Hollywood. Thank you, Dick. Thank you.
for Jack Schneider. And we have another, I always want to say Inverness, interlocking connection here. Mr. Dan Hazlett's coming up, and he's a singer-songwriter and well-known recording artist around here. And he also worked with Dick at Interlochen for a number of years. He'll tell you all about it. Dan Hazlett.
So, Dick, I will always be grateful to you for including me in the instructional staff at Interlochen. And we worked together for 6 years, going up there teaching these wonderfully gifted, talented young high school age students from all over the world. Folks like Jack, who was one of our students. And it was, you know, we would move into the dorms for the entire month of July and work with these wonderful people, and it was always just a miracle, a glorious thing to watch the growth and how they became a beautiful community together. They found their tribe, you know. Just a wonderful time, and there was only one sort of unfortunate other aspect, which was a whole month of cafeteria food. But there was one song in particular that Dick was really proud of, and he would always teach this song to the students because he loves to hear people chime in and sing along on this song, If You Take My Meaning. Crawled up from a hole he dug, lit his way with a lightning bug, put the bug in his pocket, said okay. The sun was shining on the spot that day. Hey there, brothers, caught you living in the edge of romance. Hey there, brothers, don't you love my word? He looked to the east, he looked to the west. He felt the heat beating in his chest. Then he hitched his heart to a hungry plow. Said, guess it's time to start working now. Hey there, brothers, caught you living on the edge of romance. Hey there, brothers, don't you love my word? Plowed all day and he plowed all night, plowed into the middle of the next daylight, plowed his heart into the crumbling earth, never once wondered what his work was worth. Farmer's work was finally done. He fell asleep in the midday sun. In his dreams, he watched the sky to see if he could see her eyes. Hey there, bright eyes, caught you living on the edge of romance. Hey there, bright eyes, don't you love my words? Bright eyes through the window pane. You hear me calling, she hears me calling. Hey, bright eyes, that's me again. You hear me calling, you hear me calling you. I'm no farmer, and I've never been. I go digging through this place I'm in with my lightning bug to start the spark, catch some lightning in my heart. Got a hole in my pocket where the gold runs down. I'm in my pocket when I get to town with my lightning bug and meal thread. I'm in the lightning in my head. Hey there, bright eyes. Hey there, bright eyes. Hey there, bright eyes. Hey there, bright eyes.
I don't know. Are you on there? It's all written down. I can read. It's like, how you guys doing out there? Everybody doing all right? All right. Dave's encouraging me to open it up for questions, but it's been my experience that you generally do not like the answers. So we're not going to do that tonight. Here's our next act. You may recognize her from previous introductions in this show. Ladies and gentlemen, Judy Banker.
Oh, Chris, stop with the flowery talk. That's all I know. I know you. I've been thinking about what to say. You feel like you want to say all the things about a friend that you've known for over 40 years, and I promise you I won't say them all. But I just want to say that, Dick, you've been such a dear friend. You know how much I love you. I was going to do the hit song from our fantasy band that has made us laugh for years and years and years, that we always planned to work on and never did. Just laughed about it. Bertie Pinecone and the Knotholes. And with our hit single, Shut Up Your Pie Hole the Hell Up. But I chose instead to do If I Could Fly Upon This Melody. And, yeah, right? I know you're sad. But I picked this song because I love it, but also it was a favorite song of my late husband, John Saylor, and I met Dick through John. Yeah, John. Thank you. And Dick would always dedicate this song to John at concerts, and I know that meant a lot to him, so it was great. Anyway, If I Could Fly Upon This Melody, I've got Madcat here. Alan Pagliari, Dave Roof, And Charlie Reichel.
You might say that I've hit hard times. You might find me down and crying. You might think I got all I deserve. Sure, I've got some things to say, some sweet words to try and sway you. But you see, I think I've lost the nerve. All the while we were together, I kept my eye on something better, something maybe somewhere down the road. But of course, when times are tough, what's gone is more than good enough. I guess I reaped exactly what I sowed. If I could fly upon this melody, if I could hitch my heart and ride, but oh, the shape I'm in. Thinking of you with it. Tell me how you think I'm crazy. I admit now that may well be. You see, I can't make sense of this at all. First I'm on that all is lost. I want you back at any cost. I guess I set you up to see you fall. If I could fly upon this melody, if I could hitch my heart and ride, but oh, the shape I'm in. I lie here thinking of you with him. I lie here thinking of you with him.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much.
Judy Banker, folks. All right, our next act, you're going to recognize them. They've been performing around here for a long time. This community is blessed with just wonderful community members who happen to be spectacular, world-class performing artists. Here's Gemily.
Well, we are honored to be here. We are honored to be here among all these wonderful musicians and songwriters, honoring one of our own tonight. And a few days ago, while I was thinking about this show, I remembered a story. Yeah, I remembered a story about President Kennedy. And no, I'm not going to go comparative analysis here of presidents. I just wanted to tell you this story. That he invited all the Nobel Prize winners of his time to the White House for a dinner. And he greeted them by saying, this group of people, this is the most brilliant assemblage of great minds that has been ever under this roof, with the possible exception of when Thomas Jefferson dined here alone. And I was thinking about that. This room tonight has the greatest assemblage of musicians in a very long time. Maybe since Dick last played here alone. And I'm going to get into it just to make sure. Thank you for that applause backstage. There we go.
We tune because we care.
Sometimes I struggle with the morning, looking at another day. Worries clouding up the picture, pushing hopes and dreams away. Then I have a cup of coffee, enjoy the pleasure it brings. Then I read the morning paper, and I shake my head. This house is kinda modest. We did most of it ourselves. Took a lot to make it pretty. We worked hard, you can tell. We don't drive the latest models. You don't wear big diamond rings. But what we need, honey, we've got it. And I thank God for the little things. Thank God for the little things like having heat, enough to eat, friends we like to share our time with. They help us, we help them, our family, the garden, the sun, the moon, the stars above. We're still in love, thank God for the little things. Thank God for the little things. Both of us are much too busy. Sometimes work is such a drain. But then I think we've got it easy. I shake my head and I don't complain. so much trouble in this big world. Who knows what's waiting in the wings? With all I've got to make me happy, I thank God for the little things. Thank God for the little things like having heat, enough to eat, friends we like to share our time with. They help us, we help them, our family, the garden, the sun, the moon, the stars above. We're still in love, thank God for the little things. Thank God for the little things like heavy heat, enough to eat, friends we like to share our time with. They help us, we help them, our family, the garden, the sun, the moon, the stars above. We're still in love, thank God for the little things. Thank God for the little things. Thank God for the little things. She's staying, so I'm taking the guitar.
Hold on. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
You can help me make this next introduction. Emily plays with Billy King a lot. You guys have probably heard them at Top of the Park and all over the place. But the next person we have come up is Billy King, who's known Dick a long, long time. He runs the Holler Fest Music Festival, and Dick has played out there every year. And Billy will tell you more. But here is Mr. Billy King.
That felt kind of rude to just walk by you, but I had a place to go. I was headed to this piano, so here we are. So thank you so much for including me on this amazing event. I've just tried to briefly, I know it's going to be brief, but explain what this song is and how much it means to be able to sit here and play it. My dad was a good friend of Dick Siegel's. They were way back in the Ann Arbor scene and the food scene and the music scene. They worked together at a restaurant. My dad founded in the 70s, the Indian Summer. And when my dad passed in 2009, Dick wrote this song for him. And I've heard it literally once at the tribute concert at our festival. So it has been such an honor and a pleasure to revisit this song and to learn it and to do a proper thank you to Dick for writing this song. And helping me out, Emily, Dave, Will, and Charlie. It's called Man Who Fell into the Sky. There was a man who fell into the sky without a splash, as if the sky remembered him. It brought the wind to brush the earth that bears the man. There was a man who fell into the sky without a thought, as if the man remembered how into his hands he took the earth bear the man, and the people of the town, the gardens they tend, the blossoms he found to sustain them. There was a man who fell into the sky with just a song, as if the man remembered how to play the rain, to strum the earth that bears the man, with a song to raise the wind, it's stirring to the dust, a song that praised the ground that sustains us. And the blossoms he found, the seasons we trust, the shoots are breaking ground to sustain us. A man who fell into the sky without a splash, as if the sky remembered him.
Billy King. All right, our next performer, I've known for a long time, another great musician from the Metro Detroit area who came here. He's been in a whole bunch of bands through the years. Him and his brother Sal were mainstays in our music scene, and we're glad to have him here tonight. Mr. John Lamb was going to play the Waitress song for you.
A little bit lower. Thank you.
Those four ladies were mean to you. I know it's true. I know it's true. Then your boss embarrassed you. I know it's true. I know it's true. But we're gonna show them all, 'cause I'm bringing you a dozen red roses at the restaurant. The restaurant. You're tired of subservient things you must do. I know it's true. I know it's true. And of the hungry mouths that don't appreciate you. I know it's true. I know it's true. But we'll show them all. 'Cause I'm bringing you a dozen red roses at the restaurant, the restaurant. And if the potato soup has too much salt in it, well, that's too bad. It's too bad. And if the creams are starting to smell like cheese, it's not your problem. It's not your problem. And if the French toast doesn't have enough egg on it, well, let 'em suffer. Let 'em suffer. You're tired of the cook who keeps pawing at you. I know it's true. I know it's true. And you're sick of his cracks about blacks and Jews. I know it's true. I know it's true. But we're gonna show them all. And if there's a line at the cash register, 15 thick, well, let 'em wait. Let 'em wait. And if the service stinks, it's not your problem. It's the boss's problem. It's the boss's problem. They pay you $2.50 an hour 'cause it's their place. It's their place. And they don't care if you've got a sad look on your face. But I care. Someday I'm gonna rescue you. I know it's true. I know it's true. 'Cause I'll have a job that can pay for two. I know it's true. I know it's true. And we'll go out to eat. And we'll make sure to be real nice to the poor waitress with the tears in her eyes, rushing around, waiting on people who don't give a damn if they upset her. Yes, all in all, we'll make her evening a whole lot better, a whole lot better, 'cause we'll understand. 5 o'clock in the morning, not the best time for you. I know it's true. I know it's true. And your hair smells like fried fish when you're through. I know it's true. I know it's true. But we'll show them all. And if the phone's ringing off the hook with orders to go, that takes special preparation. They come and they pick it up and they don't leave a tip. Well, they can just get their food somewhere else, because I've got you now with my bouquet of a dozen red roses just for you. We'll show them what a satisfied customer should do. We'll kiss in front of them, and when we're through, your boss might wanna have a few unpleasant things to say to you, and you and I will bid adieu, 'cause I don't have that job that can pay for two. But someday I will.
Grazie Riccardo. Grazie.
Just sitting back there and just kind of marveling, you think about all the details of putting this on, and then watching each of these performers get up here who are, from different parts of Michigan, whatever, and it just feels so moving because everyone has such a deep relationship with Dick. And the next two people we have coming up here, you know them well, and we like to think of them as Ann Arbor royalty, but I feel like they're probably more like national royalty. We have Whit and Al Hill.
cheat sheet. In the late 70s sometime, 78, 79, I'll probably never know, but Dick needed a sub for the keyboard player in the Ministers of Melody. And I got the call, and we went and went down to the Michigan Union where they had all those pianos down there and rehearsed for hours and hours and hours, trying to convert a blues piano player into a swinging guy, you know. But it was great. I think we played Mr. Fudd's Party and did a private show. 15 years later, I got to go to Kerrville with Dick and the Nanas, with Whit and Tracy and Dick, and we played the Ark too, as a matter of fact. Played the other one, but back when it was down there. Anyway, I'm proud to say I got to participate in Dick's great songs. I'm going to Alabama, wearing my pajamas. I'm thinking about this Heeby, Beeby, boo. I am composing you a letter, how much so much better since that night you told me we were through. I'll send you a little picture of a motel party so hot they had to turn on the fire alarm. Send it with the scent of the sweet southern bells. I'm mesmerized with my northern charm. Heeby, Beeby, Beeby, Heeby, Beeby, Beeby, Heeby, Beeby, 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 boo. I'm going to Florida, find myself an alligator. Maybe we can both do the Heeby, Beeby, boo. If she isn't too scary, I'll ask her to marry. We can both do it. I'll send you a picture of her wearing a Holton battle bonnet, so I'm going to do that again. I'll send you a little picture of her wearing just a bonnet, make you jealous of her beautiful shape. There we go. With a wild tail thrashing and I love mashing. I'll get it all on tape and send it to you. Heeby, Beeby, Beeby, Heeby, Beeby, Beeby, Heeby, Beeby, 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 boo. See you later, alligator. I'll get my job back as a waiter down in Louisiana Bayou. I'll be serving filet gumbo and talking mumbo jumbo and thinking about this Heeby, Beeby, boo. I'll teach the natives how to do the jitterbug style. They'll teach me how to live in the middle of a swamp. They'll teach me how to go where mosquitoes are few. I'll teach them to keep an eye out for you. Heeby, Beeby, Beeby, Heeby, Beeby, Beeby, Heeby, Beeby, 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 boo. Everybody now.
Heeby, Beeby, Beeby, Heeby, Beeby, Beeby, Heeby, Beeby, 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 boo.
Oh, me, oh, my, oh, I'm going back to Ohio so we can both do the Heeby, Beeby, boo. Yeah, we can pretend that we can still be friends and do all the things that old friends do. We'll hold hands, walk in the park, get in your car when it gets dark. We'll go too far, you'll start to cry. I'll smoke my cigar and say, bye bye, Heeby, Beeby, Beeby, Heeby, Beeby, Beeby, Heeby, Beeby, 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 boo.
Heeby, baby, baby. Heeby, baby, baby. Heeby, baby, 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 boo.
That's Whit and Al Hill, folks. Oh, man. All right. Our next performers, they've been around here forever, too. We're so blessed in this town. And they're playing a song. This is the first song. I worked at Blimpie Burgers in like 1988 or 89. And my friend Kurt, who worked there, he'd tell me, oh, man, I was at Jerusalem Garden the other day, and Dick Siegel was sitting there. And I was like, I don't know who that is. And he'd tell me all about this song. This is the song that he first... I remember when I met Dick at the Ark years later, I remembered that this was the tune. Anyway, here's Sherry Kane and Dave Steele.
I was thinking about what to say about Dick. We all love him so much. And I was thinking about all of the songs that he wrote that became our anthems and made us cry and made us laugh and made us think. And then I thought he wrote the song for how we feel about him. Dick, how you could carry us away.
We want to thank Whitley for singing this. When this first came up, Sherry said, what song do you want to do? And we picked one, and somebody already took it. And so I said, oh, how about Jesus, John, and Elvis? And then it was like, oh, hell, I can't learn that many words. And Whitley is saving us.
John, what a smile. Elvis, what a voice. Jesus, what a choice of words. Jesus, John, and Elvis, Son of God, President, and Pelvis. These are the big three, if you ask me. Well, they tell me Elvis Presley could walk upon the water. John F. Kennedy had such a pretty daughter. And Jesus, he got more famous than he ought to have. But he was such a nice guy, he didn't even get mad. Jesus, John, and Elvis, Son of God, President, and Pelvis. These are the big three, if you ask me. Well, Jesus had nice hair, you can see it in the pictures. John F. Kennedy's hair, it was a mixture of Howdy Doody, Cary Grant, and the boy next door. And Elvis's hair could make him faint, boom, on the floor. Now, hair, there's a common denominator growing there, and you never have to water hair. Hey, I like your hair. Catch you later. Hair gets caught in an elevator door. That's why it's smart to keep it short. Jesus, John, and Elvis, Son of God, President, and Pelvis. These are the big three, and they all had nice hair. Well, now Elvis loved John, and John loved Elvis,
And John and Elvis, they both loved Jesus. And if Jesus could tell us, he would tell us he loved both John and Elvis too. Even though both of them were Gentiles and Jesus was a Jew. And they all had hair. Elvis liked his greasy, greasy hair. John preferred the look of nice and easy hair. Unvarnished hair with no tonic upon it. Hair growing there just like it ought to hair. Jesus probably made it shiny using butter hair. Yes, they all had hair. Can you whistle? Anybody whistling? Almost human, behind each one of them there stands a mother woman. Jesus had Mary, and John he had Rose. Elvis had Gladys, and some really nice clothes. And they all had hair. John's hair was neat, but always slightly tousled hair. Elvis's hair, it had big old muscles hair. Samson and Delilah, haircuts always rile your hair. Jesus' hair, it was long and curly hair. Yes, in fact, it looked a little girly hair. But everybody back then, well, they all wore their hair just like that hair. Styles changing overnight hair, so don't get too uptight about it, hair. They all had hair. Jesus, John, and Elvis. Three extraordinary fellas. Jesus, John, and Elvis. Son of God, President, and pelvis. They all were heroes of mine. They all were men divine. Only one of them drove PT 109. But they all had nice hair.
Good here. Out here, everybody. Dave Steele. Thank you, thank you. So Whit and Al Hill and Shari Kane and Dave Steele. How about that? And here's to hair. The lights, what are they on for? We don't know. This isn't...
There's still one more song here, folks. You don't want to be taken off.
Shut those doors. Lock them. Now.
The captain has the seatbelt sign on for one more.
We have somebody to bring out who has a few words to say, but I wanted to first thank Chris Truzzi for running sound for us. Chris travels all over the world running sound, and he was able to be here tonight. And Jennifer James and Dan McConnell. And we've got Ryan Thwaites, who's doing video, and Fred Ellard, who's doing video. The ARC volunteers, all you guys out there. Being awesome.
Team. The ARC All-Star team out there.
Woo! You guys. Who else am I? For sure. Ali Ramwali from Jerusalem Garden. Thank you, because, well, you guys don't know, but we have a feast back. All right. Ali. Yeah, we have a feast back in the green room. It's unreal. Thank you so much for supporting us. Officially Dick's favorite restaurant, Jerusalem Garden. And so, yeah, Dick's the best. So coming up, we have Pam Rossi from WCSX radio that for years and years and years played Dick's song.
And we were lucky
Angelo's.
to have her. And we had her on the air for so just we're so lucky to have Pam for so long around here. She helped so many musicians and helped build the music community around here, and here she is.
Yeah.
Tall, thank you. Hi, everybody. Well, Over Easy has been on the air for about 35 years now. And it started with Carrie Carlson, and I am grateful for Carrie. She's the one that started the show and put it together and put Dick's song on there as the theme song, and it wrapped up the show every single Saturday and Sunday. And so when she left, I took over, and I ran the show for 17 years. Thank you. And I didn't want to change anything. I just tweaked the music a little bit and changed, had different kinds of guests on, but I did not want to take that song off the show. So it stayed on. I mean, it was a fun, uplifting song, which is what the show is about. So it stayed, and it's still playing there today. So I did a calculation. I'm not great in math. I'm a creative type. But I did a calculation, and I thought, okay, I produced the show for Carrie for quite a while. Then I took over the show, 17 years, Saturdays and Sundays. So I figured I heard Angelo's at least 2,000 times. But it was a great song. I loved it. I had no problem with it. I really enjoyed it. So thank you, Dick, for creating such a wonderful piece of Over Easy that will always be a part of my life. And I'm kind of nervous right now, which is odd. I'm usually in front of a microphone, but thank you, Dick, for all of that. So we're going to get the gang up here again. Judy, come on back, and Chris. And thank you, everybody.
Pam Rossi, folks. I always thought DJs might crumble if they had a big audience looking at them.
Everybody
but
come on
don't.
out. We're going to have Dave Roof, Arden, Siegel, Dick's daughter, Madcat, and Charlie Reich will lead us in Angelo's, and you all got to sing along too.
Where do you want to be?
Here. Okay.
No, I'm done. Where's Will? Is there a fire marshal capacity of the stage? That's good.
Where's Madcat?
Where is Madcat?
I'm right here. Oh, hey, hello.
Where are my glasses?
Are we ready? Yeah, go for it, man. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Eggs over easy, plate of hash browns. Take my Aunt Mama, we're going to town. Oh, what a wonderful thing to do. Eggs over easy, hash browns and you. Have sausage, bacon, hot butter toast. What's up, man? Just have to move about the eggs over easy, hash browns and toast. Come on, Madcat.
which is eggs over easy, hash browns, and you. Angelo. Go to Angelo. Service is hot. Go to Angelo. We'll be licking our chops. Mama will pull out the stops. Leave that place with him laughing out loud. Smiling so hard with draw crowds. Hey, what's up, man? He's got two balls. Fucking eggs over easy, hash browns and toast. Al Hill.
Well, eggs over easy, plate of hash browns. Take my hand, Daddy, we're going to town. Oh, what a wonderful thing to do. Eggs over easy, hash browns, and you go to Angelo. We'll go to Angelo. The service is tops. We'll go to Angelo. We're licking our chops. Oh, Mama will pull out the stops. When we leave that place, we'll be laughing out loud. Smiling so hard, we'll draw a crowd. They'll say, what's up, man? We'll just have to boast about the eggs over easy, hash browns and toast.
All right, we're going to take a very quick break. We're going to take a 10-minute break for about 12 minutes and meet back here in about 15 minutes or so.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight. Again, my name is Arden Siegel. You may know my dad, you may not. His name is Dick Siegel, the legendary Dick Siegel. But I'm just really here to say, on behalf of my family, thank you all so much for coming out tonight. Thank you so much to the musicians, some of whom drove as far from as Nashville tonight to come out to play. It's been it's been a real treat to see all of my dad's songs be performed and to see the joy on my dad's face being part of the audience for the first time has been really cool. But yeah, and also thank you so much to Judy, to Dave here, and to Barbara for organizing this and putting this on, and also to the ARC for hosting this. Yeah, thank you, ARC. I feel like I grew up here partly. I have so many memories of this place, and being able to make this memory tonight with all of you guys is so special. And also for my family too. We have 4 generations of my family here tonight. It's my yeah. It's my niece Charlotte's very first concert ever in her life. So yay, Charlotte. But yeah, and so she's sleeping. All right, so I won't keep you held up any longer. So the next song is one of my personal favorites. It is Can I Sing? A Real Bop, performed tonight by Madcat. If Madcat has a last name, I don't know what it is. And Dave Roof and Brennan Andes. So please enjoy.
You ready? Yep. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Well, can I sing? Oh yeah. I can sing, just listen to me sing. Can I dance? Oh yeah. Just give me a chance and watch me swing. Dance, sister, dance. Sing, brother, sing. Sisters, brothers, fathers, mothers, everybody dance and sing with the other. There's a place that's not too far.
take a train, you can take a car, a boat, a plane, any old thing, and all they do is sing. They'll sing you up, they'll sing you down, sing you Lord all over the town. And if you can yell, if you can holler, step right up, join in and follow. And if you can't, well, don't be blue, you'll be singing like a bird before they're through. You'll be singing hi-de-ho, you'll be singing everywhere you go. Can I sing? Oh yeah. I can't sing, well, listen to me sing. Can I dance? Oh yeah. Just give me a chance and watch me swing. Dance, sister, dance. Sing, brother, sing. Brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers, everybody sing and dance with the other. Now there's a place that's not too far. You can take it. Whoa. Let me try that again. Now there's a place that's way out where all they do is dance down there. They'll be dancing high, dancing low, dancing everywhere you go. And if you're a stranger and you come by, they'll grab your hand, they'll make you fly. And if you dance, well, take a bow. And if you can't, they'll teach you how. And before you can say do-si-do, you'll be dancing everywhere you go. Well, can I sing? Oh, yeah. I can sing, listen to me sing. Can I dance? Oh, yeah. Just give me a chance and watch me swing. Dance, sister, dance. Sing, brother, sing. Sisters, brothers, fathers, mothers, everybody sing and dance with the other. Whoa, yeah! Oh, yeah! Whoa, yeah! Oh, yeah! Howdy, 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 howdy! Howdy, 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 ho! Howdy, 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 ho! Whoa, whoa! Whoa, whoa! Yeah, yeah! Yeah, yeah! Whoa, yeah! Whoa, yeah! Whoa, yeah! Whoa, yeah! Brennan Andy. It's real close by. You don't need a dress, you don't need a tie. Nothing to buy, nothing to bring. All they do is swing. They're rolling, strolling, romping, stomping, fussing, fighting, and finger popping, slicking, sliding, shouting, reeling, melody riding with a soulful feeling. They're jumping, jiving, jitterbugging, swimming their blueses under the rug and rocking and rolling, ranting and raving, laughing and leaping and misbehaving. If you go there, before you know, you'll be swinging everywhere you go. Well, can I sing? Oh, yeah. I can sing. Listen to me sing. Can you dance? Oh, yeah. Just give me a chance and watch me swing. Well, dance, sister, dance. Sing, brother, sing. Sisters, brothers, fathers, mothers, everybody sing and dance with the other. Whoa, yeah. Oh, yeah. Whoa, yeah. Whoa, yeah. Howdy, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Howdy, 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 ho. Hey, 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 ho. Woo, 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 woo. Whoa, yeah. Oh, yeah. Whoa, yeah. Oh, yeah. Whoa, 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 wow, 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 wow. Oh, yeah.
Now, Brennan Andes and Dave Roof are going to do the next song. Brennan's going to do Under the Waterfall. Is that it? Over the waterfall? Under? Around?
Up the waterfall.
Up the waterfall. Good.
There's water involved. Just want to say thanks so much to everybody for coming out. And I've been playing with Dick Siegel for now 21 years, and I'm 42, so that makes half of my life. And Dave was so sweet to back me up on this, and I saw that there wasn't an instrumental number on all the set lists, so I said, this is a really great song that Dick is not just known for his awesome lyrics and awesome songwriting, but he writes a mean instrumental song too. And this one's called Up the Waterfall, and it goes a little something like this.
Up the Waterfall by Brennan Andes. Well, by Dick Siegel, but how about another round for Brennan Andes? So Dave Roof is staying up here, and we're bringing up Arden Siegel to sing a song.
Oh, we're doing that one.
Yes. Come on up, Arden. Is she coming? There she is. All right. Okay. Arden Siegel.
Hello. All right, so this is the Overcoat. It is a little-known song by my dad. I would say it's the opposite vein as the song that you just heard, where it's highlighting my dad's instrumental contributions. This is very much a lyrical contribution. It tells a really beautiful, very true story about Dave Manafee and his fiance, who actually wrote the instrumental part of this song. So I hope you enjoy. Listen. On a hazy Sunday morning, as a hazy day was born, our horse he had escaped us to the road. She and I awakened snatched the bridle from the store, and I took my overcoat from the door. On the cold road we found him as the mist swirled around him, and he stood like a statue in a dream. She and I were half asleep, it seemed. She with the bridle in her hand, and me in my coat against the wind. I can hardly retell it, but the mist I can smell it as the light outlined them where they stood. She placed the bridle round his head. This makes my life worth living for, as I watched from the coat that I wore. And so we led him homeward, and the sounds we heard, and the sights were as lovely as I've seen. She and I with the horse in between. She let him in, I chose to wait, and I watched from my coat by the gate. How could I have been aware he'd been driven by the mare? In her heat she'd fought him till he'd run, that we'd let him back to be kicked again. She struck, then my love lay on the ground, and I lay my overcoat down. In the night as I wondered, in a night filled with thunder, as the light of the lightning all around, as the crash filled my garden and the thunder with its sound. Oh my, what if I am to blame? And I cried in my coat in the rain. They say a man must accept it, that a life it is fated, that he must take the winter with its cold. They say roll with the punches, well I roll and I roll. She was a life worth living for. Now she lies 'neath the coat that I wore.
Arden Siegel. And now we have a newcomer to our community. Someone you've never heard of. Chris Buhalis, who's like one of our musical treasures and a great friend.
Oh, man. It's true, accept the compliment. You know they're mad at you when they put you on after that. Oh. Oh, it's so wonderful. What a great night. You guys having any fun? Dick, you having any fun? This is a song. I was working with Dick for a long time. We worked on carpentry crews together with our dear friend Jay Steelstra and our friend Bob Martin and a bunch of folks. And we built a lot of places around town. But the reason I liked the job so much was because that coffee break, I got to sit around and talk with Dick and Jay and Bob, and we talked about all kinds of things. And like we were working together when September 11th happened. And I remember going to work that day, and in the time after that, when there was the big rush to war, Dick and I had a lot of conversations about, well, it's in this song, but it's about what America meant to us and how our families came here. And we're both from immigrant families. And so I wanted to have our friend Emily come up here and play this with me. And this is a beautiful song. You'll hear that a lot tonight. There's a whole bunch of them. This is called My Sweet America. Back when I was young, when each new school day begun, my hand upon my heart, I pledged so proud. A lucky boy was I to live beneath the spacious skies, my family, my home, America. When my grandfather was 3, he sailed the wide and open seas to find the free and green and mystic shores. And when he reached land and grew up tall to be a man, his seed was blessed in the fold of America. But wasn't she so good? And wasn't she so beautiful? The millions thronged to hear their freedom ring. And now I hear her name, used to whip and tame the world. Oh, America, they've come. America, they've come. America, they've come to drag you down. As I grew up myself, schooled in the bloody hell of World War II, I thank each soldier brave. And when I saw the blue and white and red waving free and true, I knew the world must love America. Well, wasn't she so good? And wasn't she so beautiful? The heroes sang to hear their freedom ring. But now I hear her name, it's used to whip and tame the world. Oh, America, they've come. America, they've come. America, they've come to drag you down. Now inside my dreams, a dark and frightening image gleams of cruelty and dominating greed. And with each passing day, I need to find the words to say, to tell the tale of my sweet America. The politics of fear, a dreadful gloom, it fills the air. The cavaliers grow bold with naked power. They use a precious name to fill their pockets and tame the world. Oh, America, they've come. America, they've come. America, they've come to drag you down. America, they've come to drag you down. Emily Slamovitz, folks. Love you, Dick.
and Emily Slavovic. And these are two really special people, Rochelle Clark and Jason Denny. Rochelle just had a show here at the Ark. She just kills it with that voice of hers and just the soul. And Jason plays everywhere. We all know Jason. All right, you guys, thanks so much. Rochelle Clark and Jason Denny.
All right, I'm going to keep this really brief, but Dick, you are a very clever songwriter. And when I was trying to figure out which tune I wanted to do, this one really stuck out because, well, you'll hear it, but it is definitely not what you think it is at first. And I love that. All right, we'll just go for that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I got a cat, happy and fat. He's soft and he's shiny, he's so playful with me. But his strings and his claws obey different laws. When he sharpens them up on little rabbits and mice, it's not that he's hungry, to the contrary. I feed my pussycat well. He loves to kill. He loves to kill. He loves to kill. He loves to kill. Not too long ago, I saw a TV show. Story Tom Brokaw, George Bush, and many others about someone who was mean. The price of gasoline, with songs about freedom and justice woven through and through. And I must confess, the show was a success. And even on a moral, I remember it well. We love to kill. We love to kill. We love to kill. We love the kill. Sometimes I sit back, a cat on my lap, and gaze at the pretty birds all a-flutter in my yard. Such sweet harmony, it's so hard to see into the heart that would tear it all apart. But you can't blame a cat for something like that. He's only a slave to the thrill, and he loves to kill. He loves to kill. He loves to kill. The fang and the claw, that old jambalaya. Some things will change, some things will always be the same. La 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 la. Whoa, what a shame. Some things will always be the same.
Thank you.
We're trying to speed it up a little bit. Unbelievably, we took up an hour and a half in our first set. Anyway, Dave Keeney and Sophia Hanifi. How about this? Yeah. beloved duo, together and separately. Sophia's voice is incomparable, and Dave, everyone wants Dave to play with them. I'll leave it at that. Dave Keeney and Sophia Hanifi.
Is this working? Wow, this is for a taller person than me. Well, thanks everybody for coming down to listen to some of the best songs ever written. Yeah, for me, Dick's kind of, he literally, he's iconic. Not many people reach that status, but by God, Dick did her. And we're going to do a song that's we think is a beautiful song, actually. I'm going to lower this down so I'm not singing over the top of it, although in some cases that may be preferable.
See the way the years take their toll till the old man's stuck with a young boy's soul that burns away like coal in his pocket till you hear him say, oh, I wish I could stop it, but what's the use of the summer so fleeting? And after all, my heart is still beating and yearns away. Look, through the matters of time, how come a life doesn't get better like old wine? Angels away. See the way the hillside erodes and falls into the sea till the highways you've come by of memory. Despite this disaster, the valleys get deeper, the water runs faster. And in one, I was once just your size, but here's something else that might be a surprise. But your grandpa once was young as me, and he once was bouncing on his grandpa's knee. Angels away. Angels away. Family pictures hang on the wall. My father is younger and I am small, far away in black and white. Grandfather peering out from the twilight. Tide rushes in, the tide rolls away, and day follows night, and night follows day, in a poetry of endlessness spoken, but tears will be shed when the circle is broken. Angels away. Angels away. Angels away. Angels away.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Dick. Thanks for writing it.
One song is like more killer than the other. We have coming up. Oh, I know who. Okay. I'm sorry, I wouldn't blink for a second. We have a little, this is a wonderful sort of synchronicity kind of thing. Steve Amick is a novelist. He's a critically acclaimed novelist. Some of you have heard of him. He's also a local boy, and he'll tell you more, but he's going to read a passage from one of his books. Here's Steve.
Thank you. I'm going to read you a couple lines from The Lake, the River, and the Other Lake. This is a kind of a small part to this story, not a major part of the plot, but it's been out for 21 years, so it's still out there. If this is a spoiler, that's on you. This is a minor character who's a tech billionaire bro who moves up to the small northern Michigan town, and his deal is he's panicking about future revenue streams and latches on to this terrible idea of capitalizing on a local specialty, bottling and mass producing a homemade beverage. And he's putting together this event, this kind of pre-launch event, to try to round up more investors. And in doing so, it's not in the nature of a character like this to recognize or remember the names of people he would hire for this kind of an event. And that is the only reason that this little literary cameo isn't identified by name. But believe me, the intention was always that savvy readers and Michiganders would know that it is absolutely who you think it is. For the first debut of his Sumac lemonade, Noah Yoder had a lot of big investors in for the weekend at great expense, all of which would be itemized under the heading of business entertainment. His publicist had found some lean-faced folkie down in Ann Arbor, whom she hired to come up and play a song he'd written about the sumac being on fire, which must have meant in bloom, and was pretty and wistful and haunting and all. But Noah couldn't help thinking, the guy might have been convinced, throwing a few extra bucks, to add a line or two about how tasty the stuff was, at least. It was discouraging sometimes how he felt he had to do all the thinking. Thank you. And thank you, Dick, for your wonderful music and your inspiration and your legendary writing.
Guess what song we're doing? I was going to try and be a surprise, but thanks, Steve. That was so cool. What an honor. Oh, Dick Siegel. There's a lot of people up here on stage with us. That's Jason Denny, Charlie. He's been on stage a few times already. This is Will Osler back on the drums, and I don't know who that guy is. He just showed up. And somebody named Dave on the piano. What are you doing, Jay?
Getting there.
All right.
I was strolling through the woods, it was the midst of summertime. The air was thick with fragrance, the sunlight was divine. With every step I took, I swear that I was getting higher, till I noticed red was everywhere. The sumac was on fire. The sumac was on fire. Well, now I can spend my summer days and frolic with my muse. A dog will spend his summer days in searching through refuse. A bird will spend his summer days with a song upon the wire, but they forget about the summer when the sumac is on fire. Come on, y'all. When the sumac is on fire. Oh, but you see, in all of God's creation, every size and shape, from the squiggly amoeba to that great and hairy ape. If they possess intelligence, it's the summer they desire, but they forget about the summer when the sumac is on fire. Yeah, the forest in the summer is a lovely verdant place. Every flower has got a flower that will stick into your face, but the flowers are all turning brown. No, don't call me a liar, just stick your head out the window when the sumac is on fire. When the sumac is on fire. Well now, gentle Mr. Squirrel was asked my jolly Ms. Mole,
if I could try some of those nuts, my boy, you could come down in my hole.
woo, but they were frozen in their love nest before he could satisfy her. The whole world is frustrating when the sumac is on fire. Oh, when the sumac is on fire. Well, it's not that I don't love those cold winter months with the ice cubes and the snowflakes all around. But if I could dig a furrow, I'd make myself a burrow and snooze that winter snowscape underground. Oh, I love it, the freeze and how it rains. And when it's gray and dismal, you won't hear me complain. Those postcards from Nantucket, I burned them at the pyre, sent them straight to hell with summer when the blue sumac was on fire. When the sumac was on fire. That's someone. Now, if I lived in Chile. Let's do that climb again. Ready? Well, now, if I lived in Chile or sunny Guadeloupe, the winter would mean swimming or sailing on a sloop. But I ain't no aristocrat. No, it's just snow chains on my tires and completely frozen noses when the sumac is on fire. When the sumac is on fire. Oh, it's not that I don't love those cold winter months with the ice cubes and the snowflakes all around. But if I could dig a furrow, I'd make myself a burrow and snooze those winter ice-scapes underground. Oh, but when you'll hear Mr. Robin Redbreast yakking about the spring, just grab a hold your telephone and give this girl a ring. If my head could reach above the snow that keeps on piling higher, I'd say I knew this would happen when the sumac was on fire. Well now, if you got some real proof, like buds upon the trees, or grass stains on your bottom, mud stains on your knees, come by my house and rouse me. To the outside we'll retire. We'll be drinking up the summer when the sumac is on fire. When the sumac is on fire. When the sumac is on fire. Chris Trutzy's back there on the soundboard. Thank you.
Nice job, Will. Annie and Rod Caps, folks. All right. Sometime in the mid-'90s, we're all unclear exactly when it was. If only we had like some device we could look it up on, but no one wants to. But we had a thing here called Folk and A Squared, where there were 8 songwriters in the round. There were 2 sets of 4. I got the math right. There were 2 sets of 4. And it was emceed by our friend Dick Siegel, and it was a really great night for a lot of us because it was kind of our introduction into the ARC world. We'd all been playing here and doing stuff, but it was that moment, with 8 of us and Dick here, we were able to get enough crowds where it wasn't weird. And but I remember that Dick, I was thinking about this backstage, listening to all these great songs and all the different ways they're being done. But I remember on the poster that we did, Dick put a quote on there, and it said, "Promises to be a real fine orgy of song." So not only is he a great songwriter, he's a master of marketing as well. But one of the people on that show is here tonight, and it's just great that so many people on that show are still playing and playing at the Arc today. Here's Mr. Jim Roll.
None of that's true. Whatever.
The guitar amp, Chris? I'm gonna unplug it. Oh, got
it. Y'all are troopers. That's right. Someone's crossing over, look up in the sky. I sit here beside you and I listen to you cry. Why's he crossing over? God, why him, why now? As he makes his way across the ceiling of the world somehow. Someone's crossing over, love is torn apart. I sit here beside you and I listen to your heart. Whoa, he was so sweet and young, how can they allow? As he makes his way across the ceiling of the world somehow. Someone's crossing over, but you're still here with me. I'll help you remember him and share this misery. And you're right, there is no justice and no reason now. As he makes his way across the ceiling of the world somehow. And the living river flows. Heaven only knows how to hold on to him and let him go. Someone's crossing over, look up in the sky. I sit here beside you and I watch him passing by. We will only see him now when our hearts allow. as he makes his way across the ceiling of the world somehow. We will only see him now when our hearts allow, as he makes his way across the ceiling, the world somehow.
Dick Siegel wrote that.
Jim Roll, everybody. That was just beautiful. Come on out. How many here have gone to the Geezer happy hour? All right. Because coming up next, we have Randy Tessier and his band. Come on up, you guys. Start getting set up. Come on up. Randy's he's gotten us in the New York Times. I mean, I say us, like, you know, I'm just like a tag along geezer. But he built that program up, and he's done so much for our community. He's been playing around forever. He's sort of a leader. I'm tired, you guys. He is a leader. Randy's a leader. And Brigitte's a leader. And Rich is a leader. All these guys are great. Randy Tessier and the band.
Hello, everybody. Karen, for having us. Well, actually, we all, our whole community of people that dance there, we got all the attention, but I ended up getting it. All right, this is Brigitte. There we go. Hi, Dick. For the last year or so, the last time I saw Dick, I think he and I were actually dancing together at Live. Because he's really been dancing a lot. So, Dick, yep, good. Karen, Judy, thank you so much. Dave. And we're doing Chicago. And so, let's do it. Cast off alone, you will find that things have changed when you get home. Don't go down that track. You will find that things have changed when you get back. Cast off alone, you will find that things have changed when you get home. Don't go down that track. You will find that things have changed when you get back.
Chicago. You can fool yourself a while. You can say it's for your man, but know that you will die and you can't fool me. I see through. I know what a traveling woman is bound to do. Nah, I get lonesome fast, but I know that you won't be the one that I have. You can go to your Chicago, you can wear your sweet perfume, you can tell yourself the nightlife, but I know it's for his room and you can't do Chicago. You can drive your fancy car. You can tell yourself all those things, but you know you won't go far and you can't. You can drive your fancy car. You can push me, baby, but you're pushing me too far, and I can't take that. Thank you. That's Brigitte Knudson on the harp, Tom Loncaric on the guitar, Rich Dishman, drums, Patrick Little, bass.
All right, you guys doing all right? You look good. We still got a little music for you here. We're going to get our next act up here right away, and then we've got another song for you. This has been just a wonderful night. Hope you guys are having as much fun as we are. And it is my distinct pleasure at this moment to introduce one of the finest musicians this town knows, Mark Braun, Mr. B.
Well, I think like all of us who've been out here tonight, I put a lot of thought into what I might say, and I just never made up my mind at all. Not even a little bit until just a couple seconds ago. I was sitting in the wing, and I thought I might say what is ostensibly the world's shortest poem, and it's from Muhammad Ali. But in this instance, I'd like to substitute Dick for Muhammad Ali and give the poem from his perspective, because I think that's what's happened here tonight, okay? It's really short. Are you ready? Here's the poem. This is Dick speaking. Me, we. And lastly, I'm thinking of one of the lines of Dick's song that I'll play for you now, that's already been played tonight, actually. We're kind of bookending this with all the things unsaid or all the words unsaid, every possible word that I can think of that's meaningful has been said this evening already about Dick, but how lucky we all are together as a community to be able to share this affection and respect for Dick. And so, yeah. So with all the words unsaid, I'm going to be the only one here this evening that's played one of Dick's pieces, which is so beautiful it really doesn't even need the gorgeous lyric that it has, but I'm going to play it as an instrumental, okay?
Mr. B. So we're going to rearrange the stage a little bit. Dick, we're going to need you to come up for this last song. As we do this, I'm going to... We want everybody to come out.
He's going to come around. Where's Dick going to sing? Right there? Yeah. I guess I'll be at this one.
Okay. Can you pass this out? No. Pass it down.
Bucket Brigade.
I'm going to be at the end.
Can we get that off stage? Thanks.
Okay. And as we assemble, I want to thank all of you, like just from the bottom of our hearts, for being here, to all these musicians. Everybody just said yes immediately. It's just been such a... We're going to be singing Dick's song, Friends Duet, and we want you to sing along with us. Okay, yeah. Dave's going to start us. No, Chris is starting us.
Yeah, and I'm not going to take long, but there's no possible way to sing this song in this town in particular without mentioning Jay Steelstra.
Yeah. That inspired
our
Dick
dear
to write
friend.
this song. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Just follow me, Dave. I'm a mess. I watch as the sun sinks low in the west. The earth keeps a rolling and I need a rest. I lay my head down and I sing to the wind. The sun to the shelter of young of my friend. You are my friend you will be, through the joys and the sorrows of our mystery, and the time that it takes to say thank you, amen. Hallelujah for living, and you are my friend.
Love comes in purses and binds at the heart, fixing and breaking apart. And love leaves us there, and love comes again. Love is just something to speak of with friends.
You are my friend you will be, through the joys and the sorrows of our mystery, in the time that it takes to say thank you, amen. Hallelujah for living, and you are my friend.
The sea is the sea. You are for you, and I am for me. But we're for each other, 'cause we can both stand. The pleasure of knowing that you are my friend.
You are my friend, yes you are. And the miles don't matter, no matter how far. In the time that it takes to say thank you, amen. Hallelujah for living, and you are my friend. through the joys and the sorrows of our mystery, in the time that it takes to say thank you, amen. Hallelujah for living, and you are my friend.
Thank you, Judy Banker.
Thank you so much, all of you. We love you all. He's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, which nobody can deny.
I've never seen that.
Good night, everybody. Drive safe. Dick Siegel.
The Old Town.
No, the Old Town closed.
It's closed.
They closed at 10.
It's closed.
See you somewhere.